Hi, this is Shubham, and in this video, we will learn that how we can use one slicer for two different data sources, or you can say that two different pivot tables from two different sources for your dashboard reporting or any other purposes. Okay, so let's start. I have one data here, which consists of some columns like order ID, order date, customer ID, customer name, city, category, right? And some other columns like quantity, revenue, shipping fee. That's the one data. I have another data, a different data that is payment type, product name, category, unit price. Now, what I want is I am creating a dashboard and I want to use a slicer. And there are two different sources and two different pivot tables, but should be updated with a one single slicer. Okay, so need a common column which is available in both the different data sets. So the category is the column which is available in both different data sets. And I have make, made another list, a separate list for it. And I will use this as a slicer. Okay. So let's convert this first data into a table format. So for doing that, I will go to insert, click on table, click OK. Now go to table design tab on top right side. Let's rename this table as master DB, press enter and let's move to the next data which is on the right side. Let us select all these four columns. Let's convert that into a table. So insert table. Make sure that my table has a headers checked. Okay. Now let's rename this as a database and the list in the third data which is just of one column. We will be using that as a slicer for connecting two different data source. Okay. So Control T, which is the shortcut key to convert it into the table format. Click OK and let's rename this as category. Right? Now, the next step is to basically create a relationship and then creating a power pivot to use a slicer for two different pivots and data source. So for doing that, I will click on data tab. Okay. That's here data tab and then I will click on relationships icon. Okay, so let's create two relationships here. Click on new. Now here you need to identify the fact table and the dimension table. So fact table basically stores observations or events in the real time that contains duplicate records, whereas dimension tables is unique in records. Okay, so here first we will select the master DB, which is this particular data set and the foreign key, which is the common column which we have identified, that is category. We will connect this with related table, that is category table, and we just have one column and that will be called as primary key. There. Okay. Click OK. That's it. Let's create one more relationship for the other different data source, that is name as database. Let's select the common column which is category. Let's select the related table, that is category, and we have just one column which is here. Okay. We are connecting this particular column with this table. Click OK. Now we have two active relationships. That's it. Close. Now what we are going to do is we will be going to again data tab and click on this small icon, that is power pivot window. That will open up a power pivot window. And I will go to the diagram view. You can see there are three tables and that is connected with one-to-many relationship. And the common column is category. So I can hover my cursor and you can see the highlighted field here, right? So now our last step is to create a pivot table. So on the home tab, click on pivot table. Let's say into a new worksheet, right? So let's say from the master DB, from the first data source, we want to see city-wise revenue. Okay. And then let's copy this, select this existing pivot, copy paste, some of the next columns and let's change some of the fields from here. Let's say this time we want from database payment type and unit price. Now these are two different pivot tables. Basically altogether it's a power pivot. So from two different data source. Okay. And we want a slicer which is commonly available. So that is category. Okay. So I will go to Analyze tab, which is on the top right side, and then I will click on Insert Slicer. Let's click on All tab, check mark, the category, click OK. And that's added a slicer for me. Now when I click on any other category, see there is one change. Only one pivot table is being updated. So right click on the slicer, go to Report Connection. Make sure that the other pivot table has been check marked, click OK. And now see when I click on any other category item, these both two pivot tables are being updated because on the back end we have created a relationship and these are coming from two different data sources, right? Here it is. So this is the first data source. This is the second, but we have identified the common column and using as a slicer, creating a relationship and in the power pivot, right? So this is how you can use this technique in your dashboard. Thank you.